Thank you for joining the Hoosier Krewe video podcast. I'm your host, Mike Sidoris. With me, unfortunately, because my regular co-host is unavailable to make it, I got some Niner fan here, but he knows football, so I figured he could help. This is Jerry Christian. Jerry, how you doing?
All right, how are you?
Fabulous. It's football fucking eve. How much better can I be?
There you go.
Well, day of reckoning is upon the Buccaneers as they head into Raymond James Stadium to defend defend the trophy this year. It's a weird place for us because usually we're just not here. This is the first time the Bucs have had a home game after winning the Super Bowl since ever, because in 2002 they made us open the link. So uncharted territory for us. So basically today I just want to go in and break down each individual position and go from there. Let's start with the key players. Every football game starts with the main position, and that's quarterback. We got Brady and we got Prescott. What are your thoughts on that? I mean, who do you think has the advantage there?
I mean, that's kind of an obvious one.
What's funny is you think it's obvious because Brady's had a full year in the offense now. He had an actual preseason after winning the Super Bowl without a preseason. The last 4 games of the season, of the regular season, Brady had 126.9 passer rating, a 12-to-1 TD interception ratio. How do you get better than that? I mean, where's it going to improve? I mean, we have the best receiving core in the league. We arguably have 3 number 1 receivers that he's throwing to, not to mention tight end like Rob Gronkowski. And you got O.J. Howard. O.J.'s a lot of untapped potential, so we don't really know what we have there. But now flip the other side and look at Dak Prescott. Over his last 14 starts, Prescott's numbers are impressive to say the least. He had a 98.5 passer rating, had a 27-to-8 TD interception ratio, and he hopes to continue right where he left off. However, did you see that injury?
Big question mark, though. The big question mark is he able to go with his leg, and is he scared to get hit?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, he's going against Shaq Barrett, Jason Pierre-Paul, Vita Vea, Will Goldson, Levante David, Devin White. I mean,
it'll be real interesting to see how he does that first time he gets pressure, what he does.
Oh, yeah, once he gets hit, what's he going to do? He's going to respond and play big, or that game's going to crumble very quickly.
And he's untested honestly, in the preseason, if I believe, right? He hasn't even played.
Well, yeah, he had not much. He's had that shoulder issue, but I really think that's just fatigue. You can't go, a whole year without throwing, and then you've just thrown into the fire.
He's been throwing. He's probably wore out. That's all he's been doing is throwing.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So he's got fatigue. I damaged my rotator severely. Friggin' scooping ice cream. Right. Scooping ice cream. And I still can't throw a ball.
Yeah.
But so honestly, we both agree Brady got the advantage there, right?
Yeah, I think he got the advantage there.
I mean, who would have the advantage over Brady? Seriously. I mean, is there anybody?
I mean, you can make an argument for a couple people in the league, but
I mean, Patrick Mahomes had the advantage, but where did that get him?
I mean, it's a team game, right?
It is, but let's look at.
Right.
I mean,
you can look at the studs across the league. I mean, Aaron Rodgers is good, except he can't play in the clutch game in the playoffs.
You know what? It's not Aaron Rodgers that can't play clutch. His coach doesn't have any balls. How the hell do you kick?
I mean, seriously. I'm not even talking about. I mean, since I'm a Niners fan, the last 2 times that they came into the playoffs against the Niners, they got spanked and didn't even play up to their potential. I mean, they came in loaded as this glory team, and then they got blown out. Like they shouldn't even have been in the playoffs. I mean,
playoffs
something's got to change there, right?
Oh, absolutely. But seriously, advantage Brady, advantage Bucks,
Absolutely.
hands
Absolutely.
down.
Advantage most
this
quarterbacks
is the
over
one.
Dak, in my opinion.
Well, Dak's young. He's got talent. I just think he's in the wrong place, wrong time right now.
I'm not a big
I
fan.
really would think he was pushing his way out the door, I think, and now he's stuck because he got injured. So
Yeah.
the place where I feel might be a push is if we're going position is Ezekiel Elliott and Ronald Jones. Ronald Jones,
if Zeke's
hit or
having a
miss.
good day, if Zeke's having a good day and he's out there doing his little,
right, eating his Campbell's chunky.
Yeah.
He's lost a lot of weight.
Day, if he's not, he's going to be fumbling all over the place because he's prone to fumbles.
Yeah, always has been. So,
yeah.
All right, that's the only position I have right now. Have a push, but I'm going to break it down even further. Let's go Bucks wide receiver core against the Dallas Cowboys secondary.
Okay.
Bucks arguably have 3 number 1 receivers right off the bat.
Wow.
I mean, Mike Evans is the number 1 receiver.
Mm.
Chris Godwin. I know you don't like Evans because he gets You just don't like it because he gets no yak. He catches the ball, falls down. But
if you catch the ball and you step out of bounds voluntarily.
But hey, he's doing something right. 7,000-yard seasons.
Yeah, whatever.
I mean,
okay. All right.
So you got Chris Godwin. Chris Godwin's arguably a number 1 receiver.
Yeah.
Antonio Brown. Where's the cancer?
Antonio Brown's a question mark until we see how he does.
I think winning cures cancer. I mean, seriously, how?
I mean, yeah, it doesn't cure age, right?
Yeah, but he's fast, bro. He's good, running great routes.
We'll see how he does and where he ends up lining up. I mean, if he lines up at WR1, he's going to have the top corner on him, and that's going to be different than if he's lining up in the slot and he's getting a different setup.
Yeah, but you put your top corner on Antonio Brown, you got a number 2 corner on Chris Godwin.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, it's going to depend on where he lines up, and who gets lined up against him on how well he's going to do. But I mean, yes, There are multiple weapons to go around, and you have the quarterback that's going to show it.
And then you got Scotty Miller. Scotty Miller takes the top off just about any defense in the NFL.
Yeah.
The dude's fast. I mean,
Godwin takes the top off.
He doesn't run great routes.
Defense.
Most, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at Scotty Miller. He doesn't run great routes. I mean, he has his route tree. Honest to God, it starts at the base and it goes straight up. I don't even know what kind of tree that is, but it's just one branch, just a damn fly. That's all he runs. He runs a streak. He runs a fly.
He's got a 2-yard out, right?
Occasionally he'll run a not really. Only when Winston's throwing.
Well,
yeah, he runs a screen occasionally.
Yeah.
So I mean, but Scotty Miller.
Yeah.
Who are you going to put on him? A nickel, a linebacker, a safety? Safeties aren't going to run with Scotty Miller.
He's going to go right past him.
And let's be honest. Let's talk about the Dallas secondary.
Who?
Let's highlight. Let's talk about all the highlights of the Dallas secondary.
Right,
there's not much you can say. I mean, honestly, all you can say is yikes.
Yeah, I don't.
What else can you say?
I think we're done with that conversation.
Good luck to the Cowboys secondary. I mean, this is, unless they have a genie in the bottle over there on the sidelines, it's going to be as lopsided as Shaquille O'Neal for Steph Curry in a 3-point contest. Am I wrong? Am I missing something?
No.
Advantage Bucks. 100% advantage Bucks. Now, we got. Let's go.
Who do they even have? They got what? Diggs. I just pulled up their depth chart. I mean, they don't have anybody.
Diggs is decent. Diggs is decent, but he's not going to cover. He can't cover 3 people. You know what I mean? Their safety play is terrible.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, that's the only noteworthy guy on there.
Yeah, and his stats last year weren't even that great. So look at last year's. I mean, even when Dak was the quarterback, their first 5 games, I think the Dallas defense gave up somewhere around 28, 29 points a game on average. And, I mean, Dallas had to score in the 40s just to win. You're not going to go toe for toe with the Bucs offense trying to throw 40s.
No.
So, I mean, advantage Bucs. Am I wrong?
No.
100%.
Go play back. No.
That's our producer right there. That's Jackson. He's live on the scene. Jackson's a Niner fan too. He doesn't really have much taste. It's his dad's fault.
Hey.
Let's go Dallas receivers versus Bucs secondary. I mean, Amari Cooper, solid wide receiver.
Amari Cooper claims he's the best receiver in the league.
Right. He's in a league of his own, literally, because that's the only way he's the best receiver in the league.
I agree.
You got Amari Cooper, who's not. He's not a slouch receiver.
No.
But can he carry it? I don't think he can. And then you look at you got what is it? Galladay, right?
You got CD Lamb and Gallup.
Or Gallup, not Galladay, Gallup. CD Lamb's going to be great.
CD Lamb.
I honestly think he has.
Yeah, he's got potential. I mean, it all depends on how they play. You know, if they're doing good, and they can give Dak some time to throw the ball, which we'll get there, I'm sure. But that's that's another big question mark for Dallas is their O-line, because historically in the past few years they've been non-existent.
Well, right now you have your All-Pro guard out. Your All-Pro right guard Martin is in COVID protocol. Leal Collins is recovering from a bad leg injury last year. Now has a neck strain, and isn't. I mean, he's expected to play, but I mean, I don't think I'd want to play offensive line slamming heads with neck issues. I mean, that's just me.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a nightmare, I think. I mean, you got a whole lot of issues on the Dallas offensive line. But we're going Bucs secondary now. Bucs secondary now against the Dallas receivers.
Keep going. I'll be right back.
We got Antoine Winfield Jr. He's sitting in the back. And what the Bucs, the Gravediggers, the young secondary did against Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs Super Bowl Sunday is astounding. If Carlton Davis, Sean Murphy-Bunting, and Jamal Dean can limit the penalties in stupid times, I really think they could slide in the top 10 secondaries in this season. But honestly, I got to give the advantage to the Dallas receiving corps over the Bucs secondary. Now, what are your thoughts on that? I know you don't watch the Bucs like I do, but you do watch them with me, so I know you know what's going on.
Yeah, sorry. What was it? What was the question?
I really think the advantage this group, the secondary of the Buccaneers versus Dallas, goes to Dallas. No, it goes to Dallas.
Yeah, no, I think the advantage is Dallas there, but like I said, I mean the big hiccup is there time to even have them be able to make an impact, right? Is there time for them to get a pass off and develop a play, or is Dak running for his life because he's A, scared, or B, just doesn't have time?
Oh, I agree, but yeah. I mean, I'm not going Dallas offense against Bucs defense, because Bucs defense wins that hands down. But if I'm breaking down position groups, honestly, it's got to be Dallas's secondary over the Bucs, or Dallas's receivers over the Bucs secondary.
Yeah, I mean the Bucs secondary is definitely the weak point of the defense. I mean that's a given. So yeah, I definitely think that the just position group versus position group, if you're just to line up the guys, the advantage goes Dallas.
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
We for some reason I lost. Screen went totally black just then.
Oh.
So now let's go look at the Dallas Cowboys running game, which basically is just Ezekiel Elliott.
Yeah.
Against the Bucs front seven.
Okay.
Bucs front seven is at the end of the year as the best rush defense in the league. Last year, Ezekiel Elliott only had 2 games over 100 yards. I don't see how.
You got to remember a lot of Dallas's games were into a scenario where they had to pass. So they had to abandon the run just because of the score.
Right.
And they don't have Dak, so the Red Rocket, he can't pull off too many miracles, and so people aren't scared of him as much.
But serious, you can't win when you're trying to battle 40. You can't give up 40.
You can't really compare Zeke against the front seven. You got to do O-line against the front seven, and in that case, Dallas's O-line is going to lose to anybody in the league. That O-line, that O-line is awful, dude. I'm sorry.
They're not great.
It's not good. It's not. And I don't know how Jerry Jones has not went out and invested in the O-line. You can't build a line, or you can't build a team if you don't have a line. It's
agreed.
It's a fact.
100%.
That line is god awful.
Yeah, they're not great. But like I said, they're not going to be anything with Zach Martin being out.
No. That's their only guy.
And who? If Zeke goes down, who do you have?
It says that Connor McGovern is his backup.
Conor McGregor?
Connor McGovern. So both of their guards will be named Connor. They have Connor Williams and Connor McGovern.
No, I'm saying if Zeke goes out, who's their backup guard? Or who's their backup running back?
Go to the stands, man. You go grab somebody.
You know what's funny is in the stand.
It's listed as Tony
in the
Pollard.
stand.
I don't even know who that guy is.
He's a solid backup, but he's a backup. But if they need to go into the stands, I'm sure Chris Conti is still selling hot dogs at Raymond James Stadium. So
definitely, he's doing something to make money because he didn't make it on the field. We know that.
Yeah, a lot of people don't make it on the field. I just can't believe they kept him as long as they did. But anyway, oh, my prediction on the score of this game is ridiculous. I think Bucs put up 40, and Dallas gets lucky. They score 10.
I don't think they put up a 40 spot. I think there's
no.
It's the first game of the year. There's always some, some bugs to work out. There's going to be some dumb penalties that are going to affect some drives. There'll be some holding. There's going to be some interference calls, things like that. So you got to take that into account. A couple drives are going to die out that shouldn't have. I think maybe they put up 35. I don't know.
Oh no. I will be shocked. Like I won't be upset, but I will be shocked if the Bucs don't break 40 against Dallas.
Yeah.
But that's me. We have my co-host finally joining us today. Keith Robbins, how you doing? Your mic must be muted, brother.
I don't see him.
Yeah, can't hear him. I'm gonna drop him.
I can't see him or anything. No, here he comes.
He's back.
There he is.
Here he comes.
There we go. You hear me now?
Fear the beard.
There you go.
Do you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you. Everyone's going to think all people in Indiana have these great beards. I don't know.
We got perfect beards up in Indiana, man. We got perfect beards.
Keith is going for that Fitzmagic look.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I almost went for Fitzpatrick during Halloween one time.
got the ginger going.
Yes,
So,
sir.
what are your thoughts, Keith? I mean, we've been just basically going over who we thought had the advantage, where we thought the game would be a little close. And the only place I see the Bucs actually maybe giving up ground is Bucs secondary versus the Dallas receivers.
They had a pretty good receiving core, but
absolutely,
it's depending on what secondary comes into play. You know what I mean? Like those last eight games, they were on point. You know, they were on point. They were playing great. But now, if we get like early regular season, then we got a problem. They may tear us up in the secondary.
Well, Christopher Cole says the Dallas linebackers are pretty good. I mean, they're not terrible.
Well, they have Vanden Esch.
Okay.
Yeah, you got Micah Parsons and Van Der Esch.
Micah Parsons didn't do anything
I'm
yet.
not sure how good he will be.
No, but
what has he done?
Well, but he was great in Penn State. But other than that, though, I mean, no one's really seen him yet.
Yeah.
You know who was great at Penn State?
Chris Godwin.
Oh, don't go there.
Godwin. Nah, I'm not going there, brother. It's kind of a family show. So I mean, we're not discussing Joe Pa or any of that today. There'll be no shower talk on this show.
I didn't say anything.
But
this is an inside joke for all three of us. But I heard Mike Evans said the one thing he needs to learn, to learn is yak. I heard him say that the other day in his press conference. Something about yak. That's the one thing he needs to get better at is yak.
No, because yak isn't important. Come on. Of course, by yak I mean yards after catch.
Both yackings are pretty important.
Mike, you're muted.
And Mike's silent.
Yeah, Mike, you're muted.
That's rare, that's rare for to not hear Mike talking.
You hear?
Yeah.
I hear you now. We're good.
Yeah, Baez called and interrupted my feed. Kung Fu Panda, QB54. But anyway. So, I mean, Keith, what is your score prediction?
It was 37-27 Bucs.
37.
You really think they're going to score 27 points?
But I think it may go up to more of 44-27 because their offensive line is very bad. And then Zach Martin's out, of course, for sure. So I think they'll score another 7 points. So I got 44-27 now.
How are we getting to 37 points? That's my question. What scoring
27
combination?
I'm still scoring 27. Depending how Zeke plays, because Zeke can be Zeke.
I mean,
Zeke's,
you got. Go ahead.
What's that?
What scoring combination gets you to 37 points?
What do you mean?
That's an odd number.
37 points.
You got 3 touchdowns. That's 24, right?
3 touchdowns is 21.
Or 3 touchdowns. 3 touchdowns is 21.
You guys are getting those messed up numbers.
Hey, buddy. What can I say? So you got 3 touchdowns. That's 21.
Yeah.
Add 3 for a field goal. You got 24.
Okay.
You have another touchdown. You're at what?
31.
No, you had another touchdown. You had another touchdown. You had 30. Missed the extra point.
No.
Add a touchdown.
4 touchdowns is 28. And a
4
field goal.
touchdowns is 24.
4 touchdowns is 28.
24.
4 touchdowns It's
7
28.
times 4 is 28.
It's
A
28.
touchdown's worth 6 points. If you guys want, I'll have a class after all this, and we'll keep football.
Yeah, no, hey, we're assuming the extra point is good. Okay.
you haven't dealt with Buck kicker issues like I
You
have.
haven't dealt with Buck's kicking before. If you think
I've seen them. It can't be worse than Chicago.
Nothing's worse than
bad.
Chicago.
So,
but
that's 20. That's 28 plus 3 is 31.
And 2 more field goals would be 37.
Yeah.
See, I mean, you really think that the Bucs are going to stall out on 3 drives?
It could. I mean, it all depends. I mean,
that's where I was getting at with this.
No, I get you.
I just wanted you to figure it out.
Well, yeah, I don't see anything stopping this offense, and especially in Dallas.
Again, the one thing that is the main thing the Bucs need to do is just get to Dak. Get Dak, get on his ass. There'll be smooth sailing from there.
The only thing that's going to hurt the Bucs is self-inflicted wounds
with penalties.
Right.
It's going to be dumb penalties. It's going to be
that's what
stupid turnovers and missed assignments. There might be a big play or two that Dallas has that goes for a touchdown. But I mean,
my concern
everybody still is a professional athlete, right? So it's not like they're garbage out there, but I mean they're all still good players. So if there's a missed assignment, the guy's gone, right?
They did rank 27th in pass defense last year, so it's pretty bad. But they really haven't upgraded that position.
You got to remember their year last year was a throwaway. They
were horrible.
They had a lot of injuries, and they played in that really tough division. So. You guys are supposed to keep it serious, so we could have played it up. But
it's not serious. You can't. You just can't.
But I mean, so I have us winning week 1. I mean, the Bucs winning because I don't play. I'm just a fat ass with a microphone. Here, let's get your take on that shitty team you root for. I mean,
what about it, man? We're gonna roll into the Detroit, the 3-1-3. We're gonna walk out with a victory.
You're gonna have to watch your kneecaps.
How long do you think? How long do you think Garoppolo's going to be starting?
I think he's going to start until at least the bye week, if he even comes out.
When's your bye week?
I mean, I think it's week 9. Okay. Unless he gets hurt, I don't see him coming out. I mean, everybody's so quick to throw it over to Lance, and I watched Lance in the preseason. He's not very accurate. I mean, he's kind of all over the place. Yeah, he poses a run threat, but I mean, that card's already been played, and it doesn't really pay off in the NFL. I mean,
it's very similar to the Bears situation, how they're trying to force Justin Fields so quick.
We've seen the run card played. You got Kaepernick, you've got Lamar Jackson. It lasts for a season, and then everybody corrects to it, and it's not as effective the next year because everybody expects it now. And everybody forgets that 2 yards on a deep pass changes, and Jimmy Garoppolo is the MVP of the Super Bowl and wins the Super Bowl versus all the Patrick Mahomes hoopla. He was 2 yards away on a deep pass from winning the game.
Absolutely.
And everybody throws it out, and everybody throws it out and throws him to the side as he's a nobody. I mean, the guy's still got great numbers. And so if they're going to run this 2-quarterback situational game that they did in their last preseason game, they look pretty dang dangerous. And depending on who you read up on, on experts and everything else, some people have them competing for the Super Bowl, and other people have them barely getting to the playoffs. So,
who's your starting running back? Mostert?
Yep.
Okay.
He
better show up when I'm on my fantasy team.
And then they have Trey Sermon, which you'll like, Mr. Ohio State.
Yes, sir.
And they've got a couple guys back there, and they're one of the teams that are still running a fullback. So,
I would love speaking of fullbacks, I would simply love the Bucs to Gronkowski back.
You're breaking up, man.
You're like a robot.
What? Why is that funny?
Because you're breaking up. We didn't hear a thing you just said.
Oh, I said I would love to see Rob Gronkowski at fullback, O.J. Howard at tight end, and Cameron Braid at tight end, and just let them go.
They need to go put Vita Vea out there.
Run the ball.
I don't think Gronk can play fullback. I don't think Gronk is good blocking on the run.
I don't think Gronk can run really anymore. But he still
I don't think he's good blocking on the run. I don't think he's, and by that I mean I don't think he's good blocking a moving target. I think he's good
downfield.
Block if he can engage right away. But if he's like chasing down, somebody on like a, let's say there's a pitch and he has to go out and find the guy on the edge.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
I think he's whiffing every time. I think he's whiffing.
Oh yeah. Plus the Bucs scheme now, Rob Gronkowski barely goes out on patterns. You'll see him; he'll be chipping and all day just to protect the left side of the line.
Yeah,
Donovan Smith his best year of his career last year,
and it's because of Gronk.
all thanks to Rob Gronkowski.
Yes, sir.
But anyway,
and then with his chipping ability like that, I mean, he gets open. And that's how he gets open because no one expects him to go out for a pass. And then boom, he's there.
What's funny is his touchdown. They ran the play in New England, and he would chip and go, and Brady would run it all day long. And for some reason, they never tried that play into the Super Bowl. And he was never more wide open. Never more wide open in any game than he did when he caught that touchdown.
Right.
Antonio Lewis, I agree. No, it's football league. This should be a national holiday. This should be the day where you get to be off work, get hammered tonight, get your tailgate shit ready, and get hammered tomorrow.
I can't fucking wait. It's game time. It's fine. Football season's back. It's gonna be
that's one. But I'm ready to get to tomorrow. So the only way I can
Tony, but the Cowboys are they're gonna make a statement, but in a negative way.
Well, I believe what will happen. I believe the Cowboys will have a fight at first.
No,
they're just gonna wear
on the sideline. Maybe they might. They might fight to get out.
They're going to represent that weakest division in football very well.
I still have the Washington football team winning that division too.
Oh yeah, I don't think anyone's going to compete with Washington in that division.
They have the best.
I think Washington's going to have.
You keep breaking up, Mike.
They might not deserve to make the play. They might not have deserved to make the playoffs last year, but I guarantee
in that division deserved to make the playoffs.
That they will make the playoffs this
no
year.
one.
I'm sorry if you can't even get 9 wins.
But
I mean,
they gave us a run though in that wild card game.
Well, especially
Tyler Henneke.
They did. Hardest game the Bucs had in that playoff was against the Washington football team.
I mean, Washington has.
Anyway, I'm excited to get to tomorrow.
The
only way I can get to tomorrow is go to sleep tonight.
Dare I say it? Washington has Fitzmagic, and he works wonders. So
how long will that magic wear? I mean, how long will that magic
so far, it's going everywhere he goes.
That's
no
true.
matter what, everywhere he goes, he tends to figure out a way.
Well, we'll see. But anyway, we're going to wrap this up. I will be live at some point tomorrow. I have a special guest coming on, a Cowboy fan that's actually going to be in that Bucking Bar tomorrow. So
I'll be over your house tomorrow.
Till then, we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Sounds good.
Go Bucs.
Go Niners.
Go away.